Keep your brains sharp. The science of aging gracefully. Imagine a prescription that could protect your mind as you age. New research suggests this recipe isn't in a pill, it's all around you. A groundbreaking study reveals that combining exercise, brain-boosting foods, social connections, and cognitive challenges might preserve your mental sharpness, even for those with Alzheimer's risk factors. But here's the kicker. This isn't about one magic bullet. It's about weaving healthier habits into everyday life. Let's dive into what this means and why it's sparking debate. The U.S. Pointer trial, the largest study of its kind, followed over 2,000 older adults at risk for cognitive decline. For 2 years, participants were split into two groups. One received a highly structured program, while the other took a more flexible approach. Both groups improved mentally, but those in the intensive group showed stronger gains, particularly in executive function. Here's the twist. Even the self-guided group saw noticeable benefits, which raises an important question. Could education about healthy behaviors alone make a difference? But wait, the study didn't include a control group, so researchers can't rule out a practice effect, where repeated testing improved scores artificially. As Dr. Christine Yaffe, a UCSF professor, notes, the modest differences between groups leave some questions unanswered. Still, experts agree these findings matter. Up to 45% of dementia cases might be preventable through lifestyle changes, according to recent estimates. The structured group's regimen was rigorous: 4 days of aerobic exercise, 2 days of strength training, and 2 days of balance work. They followed the MIND diet, emphasizing vegetables, berries, nuts, and used web-based cognitive exercises 3 times weekly. Social bonding through group sessions was key. Imagine starting with just 10 minutes of daily movement, says Dr. Laura Baker, the study's lead. For sedentary individuals, this tiny step can spark sustainable change. Phyllis Jones, a 66-year-old participant, transformed her habits. She now does VR workouts each morning and has shed 30 pounds. Her story isn't unique. Over 90% of participants stuck with the program, even with its demands. In the self-guided group, participants learned about healthy habits, but set their own plans. Peter Geisbers Van Wake, a 72-year-old in this group, discovered that community support kept him motivated. After the trial, he walks 5 miles daily, practices yoga, and volunteers. Find what you enjoy, he advises. Consistency beats perfection. Here's where controversy emerges. Should community programs prioritize intensive coaching or empower others? Like Dr. Yaffe cautioned that without a control group, we can't fully isolate the intervention's impact. The trial's true power lies in its diversity. 31% of participants were from ethnic minorities, and 78% had family dementia histories, groups often underrepresented in Alzheimer's research. These findings could reshape how we address cognitive decline in underserved populations. So, what can you do now? These science-backed strategies offer a starting point. 1. Move semantically. Prioritize aerobic exercise, balance work, and strength training. Even short daily sessions add up. 2. Nourish your brain. Adopt the MIND diet, swapping processed meats for nuts and legumes. 3. Stay connected. Build strong social ties to combat isolation, a proven dementia risk factor. 4. Challenge your mind. Engage in new learning, whether puzzles, second language study, or vocational upskilling. As researchers analyze long-term data, one thing is clear. Prevention isn't one size fits all. Different people may benefit from different approaches, says Heather Snyder of the Alzheimer's Association. The real challenge lies ahead: how to implement these findings in real-world settings. Do these findings make you rethink your habits? Could self-guided or structured programs work better for you? Share your thoughts. We'd love to hear. How walking can delay Alzheimer's progression. New research insights. Imagine being told you carry a gene that dramatically increases your risk for one of the most devastating diseases there is, Alzheimer's. That's exactly what happened to Kristen Richardson. She'd always known her grandfather battled dementia, but it wasn't until a genetic test confirmed she was positive for the APOE4 gene, known to substantially raise Alzheimer's risk, that the threat truly hit home. "I was terrified," Richardson confessed, reflecting on the moment she learned the news 7.5 years ago. "There's no cure for Alzheimer's yet. It's a frightening diagnosis." Since then, Richardson, now 51 and running her business in Richmond, Virginia, has made significant changes to her lifestyle. Determined not to let her genetics dictate her destiny, she ensures she gets adequate sleep, stays physically active, eats a balanced diet, keeps her weight in check, and continually challenges her mind by learning new things. She's not alone in her proactive approach, but here's where things get truly interesting. Scientists have long debated whether lifestyle changes can seriously influence the progression of Alzheimer's, especially in those genetically predisposed. However, fresh findings reveal that the Alzheimer's Association International Conference in Toronto are sparking hope and controversy around this question. Two new research studies presented at this major conference suggest that physical activity, brain training, and dietary modifications could indeed slow memory decline and help keep cognitive skills sharp, even for those at highest genetic risk. But can a simple activity like walking truly make such a difference? The results may surprise you. One of these studies tracked nearly 3,000 older black and white participants, each tested for their APOE status over a decade. Every year, researchers followed up on how much walking each individual reported and regularly assessed their mental functioning using standardized cognitive tests. Unsurprisingly, those with the APOE4 gene experienced steeper declines in mental abilities compared to people without the high-risk version. But here's where it gets controversial. Walking showed a protective effect against cognitive decline for everyone, but was most pronounced in people carrying APOE4. Get this. The risk for developing Alzheimer's is about 12 times higher in women with 2 APOE4 copies compared to those without it, and 4 times higher for similarly affected men. But when participants walked more, the rate of cognitive decline slowed dramatically, particularly for women. In fact, a 10% increase in self-reported walking correlated with a 4.7% improvement in complex thinking skills in women, and a 2.6% gain for men over time. Among APOE4 carriers, the benefits were even more pronounced. A 10% boost in walking linked to an 8.5% cognitive improvement in women, and a striking 12% in men. This unexpected gender reversal led researchers to question whether walking may have particular cognitive advantages that we're only beginning to understand. Why might walking help? According to Cindy Barha, lead author and neuroscience professor at the University of Calgary, physical activity stimulates the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a natural brain support protein. BDNF functions like brain fertilizer, enhancing the survival, growth, and connectivity of neurons, especially in the hippocampus, which is essential for memory and learning, Barha explains. And walking is one of the most effective, accessible ways to boost this crucial protein. Still, the researchers admit a limitation. They didn't track exactly how fast or how frequently people walked. Would brisk walking offer bigger benefits, or is consistency key? This could spark debate among fitness and public health advocates alike. And this is the part most people miss. Another large international study from Finland, involving participants from France, Japan, and Finland, found that broader lifestyle changes, including cognitive training, group-based exercise, and dietary counseling, gave an even greater cognitive edge to APOE4 carriers compared to those with other genetic versions. Out of nearly 2,500 participants, 709 carried the APOE4 gene. Those who embraced lifestyle interventions saw about 4 times the cognitive improvement, suggesting that genes are not destiny. Habits matter. Dr. Cynthia Boyd of Johns Hopkins Medicine, who was not involved with the research, summed it up confidently. There's something concrete we can all do to lower the risk of cognitive decline. She's joined by Adam Brickman of Columbia University, who argues that everyone, regardless of genetic risk, should prioritize staying active, eating well, and tackling other dementia risk factors head-on. He adds that knowing your genetic risk could actually fuel your motivation to make lasting lifestyle changes. But what do you think? Should individuals at high genetic risk for Alzheimer's be informed so they can make lifestyle changes sooner? Or would that knowledge cause unnecessary anxiety? Is walking truly powerful enough to affect deep genetic drives toward disease? Or are we overestimating the benefits of exercise? If you had this genetic information, would it change your daily choices? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is a conversation worth having. Adapted from reporting by Linda Carroll, award-winning journalist and regular NBC News contributor. Fighting early-stage Alzheimer's, intensive lifestyle changes work, study finds. Imagine being told you have Alzheimer's disease and watching as your mind slowly slips away. For Tammy Maida, this nightmare became a reality in her late 50s. Simple tasks like remembering where she placed her keys or recalling characters from her books became impossible, and she felt like she was losing her mind. But what if I told you that intensive lifestyle changes could potentially reverse the effects of Alzheimer's, bringing back memories and improving cognitive function? But here's where it gets controversial. In a groundbreaking study published in June 2024, researchers found that a 40-week program of diet, exercise, stress reduction, and social interaction led to significant cognitive improvements in participants with early-stage Alzheimer's disease. The improvements were so profound that 46% of the participants showed better results on 3 out of 4 standardized cognitive tests. And this is the part most people miss. The study, led by Dr. Dean Ornish, a clinical professor of medicine at the University of California, San Francisco, revealed that over 83% of patients either improved or maintained their cognitive abilities during the 5-month program. This is a remarkable statistic when compared to the alternative, medications for Alzheimer's that often come with severe side effects. But wait, there's more. The lifestyle intervention, which Ornish calls Eat Well, Move More, Stress Less, and Love More, has been tested before. In 1990, Ornish showed that coronary artery disease could be reversed with diet, exercise, stress reduction, and social support. And this program isn't just limited to heart disease. It's been shown to lower blood sugars, reduce prostate cancer cell growth, improve depression, and even lengthen telomeres, the protective caps of chromosomes that wear away with age. But here's a question to ponder. During the intervention, participants consumed a strict vegan diet, did daily aerobic exercise, practiced stress reduction techniques, and engaged in online support groups. They were also given supplements to boost their health. The results were astonishing, but not all experts are convinced. Some wonder if the improvements seen in blood tests measuring amyloid levels are real, given that other tests did not show significant changes. So, what do you think? Is this a game changer for Alzheimer's treatment, or do we need more research? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This study gives hope to those diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, offering a chance to slow or even reverse the progression of the disease. It's a stark contrast to the usual prognosis that leaves patients feeling hopeless. As Dr. Ornish said, our new findings empower patients with the knowledge that if they make and maintain these intensive lifestyle changes, there is a reasonably good chance that they may slow the progression of the disease and often even improve it. The future of Alzheimer's treatment may lie in the power of lifestyle changes, and this study is a bold step in that direction. What do you think? Is this the future of Alzheimer's treatment, or do we need more research? Let's continue the conversation in the comments below.